My name is Galen Charlton, and I work at LibLime hacking Koha. When I joined LibLime a few months ago, I quickly found out I wasn't learning a new, to me, iOS. I was also learning a new version control system, Git. Git, named, among other things, after its creator, at least according to some legends, is a distributed version control system that was developed originally by Linus Torvalds after a lot of storm and drang about the version control for the Linux kernel project. But it's also been adopted by the Koha project as of this summer. One of the things that makes Git different from more traditional version control systems such as CVS or subversion is its distributed nature. So you don't have just one version repository that everybody pulls from and that you have gatekeepers to submit changes to. Each Git checkout is a complete repository holding the entire history of the project. This proved to be important to Koha because Koha started off with CVS on SourceForge, moved to Savannah, which earlier this year went down for a couple of days. So after a lot of talk on the development mailing list, we adopted Git. And besides the distribution, distributed nature has been really nice for things like easy branching, very nice merging. It's just a neat tool to use. But what I'm going to talk about is an analogy. And that's to take the concept of distributed version control and apply it to distributed cataloging or distributed metadata creation. So anytime you have a bunch of stuff you want to describe and it's not uniquely held by each library or archive, if nothing else, Mark showed that cooperative cataloging worked out really well to reduce effort and expense. But right now, the current model has a lot of gatekeepers. You have various huge central repositories. You have rules for whether or not you're allowed to change the official LCLC version, master record on LCLC, or you have to work for LC, or you have to go through NACO and SECO training, etc. So with a distributed system in development, you don't have things like special committers who have to be granted special access to make commits. Instead, things are based more on the reputation. Since everybody has their own repository, everybody can go in their own direction. But as far as achieving the consensus of, let's say, Koha as a project, as opposed to Koha at each library, the social dynamic is different. And in the context of exchanging cataloging, it means you can focus more on whether or not you meet certain training goals and whether the work you produce is of use. So one of the things on a technical level is, for distributed version control to work, you have to be able to exchange patches. So for source code files, the traditional diffs, context diffs, and unidiffs work quite well. What I'm playing around with is applying a good set of diff mechanisms to XML serialized cataloging, mark records, mods, and so on, so that when you can do things such as creating and distributing patches to mark records, you can change distributed cataloging from maybe downloading a batch of mark records once a year to a model where you can pick and choose, you can integrate improvements by the community much more quickly. So I'll be posting some more about this on my blog and doing some work, but it's just one of those analogies that I never expected to run into. Thank you.